Welcome to our series French Riviera for Insiders, where we take you beyond the usual sights and into the secret corners of the Côte d'Azur. Today we're taking you to the 𝗙'𝗥𝗢𝗥𝗘, with hidden natural pools high up in the mountains that are perfect for a summer dip. Add in delicious food and a few unexpected wildlife encounters, and you'll see a side of the Riviera you never imagined. Our trip starts with a bakery stop in 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗡 above Grasse. Then it's over the 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗙𝗥 towards Andon, a detour to the Bison in 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗡, past the next pass to 𝗨𝗦𝗘𝗙𝗥, and finally Aiglun. From Grasse, where Anya and I met, the drive takes about an hour and a half, or just 1 hour 20 from Nice if you go straight to Aiglun. So, quick stop at the bakery to get a little snack. Do you remember this place? The display looks just as tempting as last time. Anya's packed her own picnic. I need something for lunch. This looks perfect. A slice of veggie pizza for me. And of course a quick coffee for both of us before we head into the mountains. We just got greeted by 2 Canadians, by the way, who are on their way to the 𝗥𝗓𝗡𝗥. They'd seen our video and wanted to try it themselves. But now off we go. The mountains are calling. Once you've passed through the village of 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗢𝗥, it's just pure nature waiting for you. Breathtaking nature. And suddenly we're at 1,000 meters above sea level, crossing the 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗙𝗢𝗥, the first mountain ridge on today's route. It's late August, and the colors of the leaves and grasses already look so much more autumn-like than just a week or 2 ago. You can really feel that summer is coming to an end here. And around every curve, a new spectacular view opens up. When a road sign to Aiglun, our destination, finally comes into sight, we don't follow the obvious road, but instead we make a quick turn to the right, because there's something really special we want to show you. Just off the road on the left, you suddenly spot horses grazing. But not just any horses. These are Przewalski's horses, the only true wild horses still living today. A relic of prehistoric times, they are said to be pretty hot-tempered and not even afraid of bison twice their weight. And yes, just a few hundred meters further, we actually see bison from the road. They are also part of the la réserve des Monts d'Azur, a park that combines nature conservation with gentle, sustainable tourism. These are European bison, the largest land mammals in Europe. Founded about 20 years ago, the Réserve des Monts d'Azur was the very first animal reserve in Europe, created to reintroduce endangered ancestral species back into the wild. We'll take you on a quick little tour around the park because there's so much more to see here. Ticket prices depend on how much of the park you want to explore, but we highly recommend the horse-drawn safari. It brings you up close not only to the bison and horses, but also to deer, moose, ibex, and plenty of other animals. We're just making a short refreshment stop before wandering around the grounds a little. Sadly, no time for the safari this time. But it's absolutely worth it, and it's also offered in English. In total, there are more than 100 animals living here in semi-liberty. You can also have lunch at the restaurant and even spend the night. The eco-friendly accommodation options range from cozy classic rooms to adventurous eco-lodges, the ultimate immersive stay. There's even a swimming pool, a pétanque court, playgrounds for kids, and of course, the inevitable souvenir shop. On we go. We've just crossed the next ridge beyond where we saw the bison, and somewhere across the valley lies today's destination. These mountains are pure magic, aren't they? And suddenly everything feels much greener than it did just moments ago. Before we reach Aiglun, we pass through the tiniest village, 𝗨𝗦𝗘𝗙𝗥𝗡. It's perched dramatically on a rocky ledge. And you might want to keep it in mind, because this is where we've planned our dinner later. With every bend in the road, the views get more dramatic. Until suddenly, a massive rock wall rises up in front of us, split at the bottom by a sweet little river. That's the 𝗙𝗡𝗏𝗏. The 𝗙𝗡𝗏𝗏 is famous for its crystal clear turquoise water and is a protected natural site. Further downstream, it flows into the 𝗏 River and then into the sea right next to Nice. After the tunnel, we roll out onto a bridge, which you'll see again later from a very different angle. But first, of course, we had to stop here and look down. What a view, right? From here, it's another short tunnel, then just a few winding curves and switchbacks until we finally reach Aiglun. By the way, you can only get here by car or by bike if you're up for the challenge. While we are gearing up for a little hike down to the river, here are a few tips for other natural pools in the area. We've checked out all of the ones we're showing you, and they're all amazing. But hang on, because in a moment we'll take you to our absolute favorite. Technically, we could have headed straight from the parking lot to the trail, but the village is just too cute to skip. And we knew there was a fantastic iced coffee waiting for us at the only little inn here. The perfect refreshment before the sporty part of the day. Aiglun is tiny, but oh so charming. You can walk through it in just a few minutes, but trust us, it's worth it. As we stroll through, dark clouds start to roll in over the mountains. Luckily, they passed just as quickly as they came. Alright, time to hit the trail down to the river. We're here to swim and cool off, but if you're more into adventure, you can also climb the vertical cliffs or check out the biggest rock fortification in all of Provence. And off we go, straight into one of the most stunning gorges this region has to offer. The hike down isn't too long, maybe 30 minutes, but don't underestimate it. The last stretch is tough. Solid shoes are a must, and a bit of stamina doesn't hurt either. On the way down, the views are just incredible. Every now and then you'll find little info boards about the village and the surrounding nature. We even spotted a gorgeous green ocellated lizard between two rocks, but nope, didn't get the camera out fast enough. We're a bit surprised to bump into other hikers out here at what feels like the end of the world, but it is way quieter than it would be on a weekend. Eventually, we reach a fork in the path. One trail heads up the cliffs, the other down to the river. No question for us, we're going for the river. And just before the end, things get seriously steep and slippery. Honestly, the pictures don't do it justice. You really have to watch your step here, it's easy to slide. But then, totally worth the effort. Remember that bridge we were standing on earlier? Now it's swimsuit time. If you've got water shoes, bring them along, but you'll also be fine without. And we're almost ready to go. The water isn't even that cold, way better than some of the other icy mountain streams around here. Once you've braved the first plunge, it's actually pretty nice. Best time for a dip in the 𝗙𝗡𝗏𝗏, June to September. We're at one of the biggest natural pools here, the easiest one to reach and just gorgeous. Enough filming for now, I have to jump in too. Anya and I only got down here late in the afternoon, so the sun's already gone behind the mountains. If you come around midday, you'll catch much more sunshine. On summer weekends, this place gets busy. Dogs splash around, families hang out, and every now and then, canyoning groups come right through the water. But eventually, we're cool enough, literally, so it's time to pack up and head uphill again. And look what Anya spots on one of the steepest stretches, a seashell imprint in the rock. Millions of years ago, this whole area was covered by the sea. Coral, algae, shells, all left behind sediments that hardened under pressure and heat, forming the pale limestone cliffs that shape the landscape today. A little later, we're back at the fork where the trail splits.
The table is booked for 7, so I think we still got time for the castle.
Of course we do. So up we go again to the next junction. To the right, the old fortress. To the left, a climbing wall with 30 different routes for all levels. The fortress isn't far, maybe 10 or 15 minutes from here. It was never a castle with a lord or a military stronghold, by the way, but rather a safe hideout for the local population, dating back to the late 14th century, when this was the border between France and Savoy. We don't linger too long, but take in the breathtaking view one more time. And less than an hour later, we're already at the restaurant. Since the evenings are getting cooler, we picked a table inside, but with that gorgeous mountain view still in sight. The menu features classic Provençal dishes. We were looking for something without meat, and the super friendly chef/host suggested ravioli stuffed with ricotta and basil. Sounds great. For dessert, a café gourmand, an espresso with little tasters of different sweets.
Werde ich jetzt glücklich, ich bin gespannt.
And eventually, it's time to head back home. That's it for today's adventure. Thanks for coming along with us. If you enjoyed this trip, give the video a like, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. See you soon on the Riviera. À bientôt!